Whoa! I don't see it, not on yet.
No, go.
I just keep going?
It's a lag. Yeah.
It's a lag, kind of a lag. If I could be here with you. No, listen to what I got to say. Oh, I love you, Aaron. Because you are the best teacher, Aaron. Anyway, he is a great you know what's great about people that can teach is that Jesse, you know how I call you when I'm absolutely crazy? Now I can call him too. Jesse's my brother-in-law. God bless him. Dr. Wasner. I was in such a panic, Aaron. I mean, it's audition stuff too. This poor man. He's a doctor. He doesn't want to deal with this. Imagine, I call him, I'm paranoid and anxious and depressed and I can't move. And he says to me, well, that's not good. I know, right? That's funny. I guess you really have to be a comic to get that. Because you know what I mean? It takes you out of your head for a minute. Because he's like, that can't be good. And I was like, oh my God. Because he got a colored sister-in-law. You know how crazy that is? And I'm crazy. I do all this flipping stuff. And then my niece, okay, you got to give it up for my niece. Karen Wasser's here. MBA. I mentioned she just got her master's degree. I'm so proud of her. She is the only one that got me to a pumpkin. Not pumpkins. Where were we? Not pumpkin patches. Something's not running. But that's okay. We're testing. So you see, this is what I'm saying. And DeAndre, are you there with us? You following us? You following us? He got me. Hello there. Oh my God. We have to get you on the stage. Oh my God. Never no God jokes. I'm kidding. I'm telling you, can't mess around. This is crazy. This is how you know you've been around too many Jehovah's Witnesses in your life, okay? It's really scary. I'm walking at Wilshire Boulevard, and I see where someone has tossed a watchtower out onto the street, into the water, damaging it. Jesus' robe is just flowing in the water. And I'm a big old Jew, so I got to keep walking past that. And then the colored in me turned around and said, I can't leave that there. Now somebody's grandmother done lost her watchtower. And I actually picked it up, and that's crazy. But what's crazier is my daughter gave a Jehovah's Witness my phone number to my house. Is she crazy? Is she crazy? Number one, we're Jews, which has nothing to do with it, but why you give her my number? Give her your number. And she's very impressed. My daughter's very impressed with Jehovah's Witnesses. She's like, Mom, Michael Jackson, Prince. I'm like, where are they? You know what I'm saying? Someone's knocking at the door. Someone's ringing the bell. Do me a favor, don't open the door. Don't let them in. Jehovah's Witnesses are a big part of my life, and I never realized that till this very moment. I got to be very honest with you. I'm so hot, I feel like I'm going to crack den. Not that I've ever been to one. I just was there to make a purchase and leave. No, I'm kidding. I've never done that. I would never leave. I don't know how to begin this, but let's just put it this way. I have a show coming up on Tubi, and I'm really happy about that. And it's my first one-person show. It's going to be vintage because I never did it. And why am I doing it on Tubi? So when people make fun and say, that bitch don't even got a show on Tubi, I can be like, I got a show on Tubi. And I also saw myself in a movie that cut me out of the entire movie, except the very end. Now, what does that say about me? The entire movie, the original, I was in it. This one, all I say is this. Now I can make all the fat jokes I want. I don't get it. I don't know where people fit it. Just too good for the movie. Oh my God, if you think I'm too good for the movie, let me just say this. Some people like it long, some people like it short. I just want the comedy of the one and only Mr. Lee Schwartz. Give it up for Lee, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. It's good to be here again. Seems like I come pretty often, actually. So every pretty much Sunday we get Jehovah's Witness, and I've been wanting to say something to them for a long time, and I got a dare from my girlfriend to do it, and I did. And I said, "What did you witness? What did you all witness?" But do you have to go to court and be witnesses? How does that work? and they just gave me that pamphlet, and I hope they don't come Sunday again. Maybe that's enough to just keep them away. I don't know. We'll find out Sunday. See what happens. I also wanted to do one more thing. I want to do. Where the college I work at, the guys give it out Bibles, and he kept doing it and I hadn't got the guts to say this one. I don't know if I'm going to do it, but say, I believe in the dark forces. No, but I don't have the guts to do that.
Come on, tell us about it. We're here.
No, that's it. Like I believe in satanic things, and the guy will just. I'd like to just look shock value. Look at his face. That's all. Yeah. Just pure shock value. Just get a nice, glimpse of his face. Just his eyes light up, and that'll be satisfying to me. But I was walking over here today, and I was thinking, I got a flashback of when I was like 17, and I was a production assistant in New York, and I was a gopher, pretty much. Not really production assistant. I didn't assist or do any production at all. I tried to get things, send me across town, send me there, go for this, go for that, hence gopher. And they'd always sometimes, like to send me to Times Square. And I was 16, and I was scared of Times Square. I was really scared. And that was 90s, and things were pretty bad then. And I'm not kidding. When I went there, I was just walking, and lots of people, and two guys were walking this way. And one said to the other one, he's like, no, you don't rob someone like that the other day. That was all wrong. You rob someone like this guy. He pointed right at me. I'm not kidding. And it's like I dipped into like some sort of a criminal apprenticeship, I guess, going on, and he's explaining, and I'm a poster child for someone to rob. I guess my eyes were so big and just wandering around like there's easy target. Wow. So that was really scary, actually, because I saw a lot of stuff going into Times Square. I was just really glad to just get out of there when I was done. And they sent me these weird places too. I think they just sent me to these places to just random places and to drop off things. I don't even know if I really needed to drop these things off. They just wanted to send me there and hear stories about how terrified I was. And, that was excitement for them. I think they, I'd tell them stories about, I watched a guy chase another guy, and the guy ran out with all these things and, all these, and it's a Jewish kid in Times Square, I guess, standard stuff. But, they never told me if I had a lot of schmutz on my clothes or anything. But a long way from Times Square. Come a long way. This is not Times Square anymore. But, the big deal, my excitement is Starbucks, pretty much. It's safe. It's a safe place. No one's going to say, let's rob this guy. Or let's give a, macchiato. He looks like that type of guy. That's all right with me. They talk to each other. That guy, he looks like a macchiato guy. It's better than someone to rob. Sure. Safe place to go, I feel like. But I don't know. I do have a problem with this particular Starbucks that's right next to where I work. I do, because they got this thing. The manager wants everybody to say hi to you as you come in. I hate that. I understand the whole thing, but when you're by yourself and they say hi, and the other day I really, really just simply had to go to the bathroom really, really, really bad, the almost burst type, and, there I am, say hi, and I'm the only one there. I'm the only one. And there's like a lineup of people, and it, to me, maybe it's just me, but everyone was looking at what I was doing. And I tried to, felt transparent. I really did, because I just want to run in and go to the bathroom. But I slowed it down and tried to be kind of calm, nonchalant, and just hide the fact that really inside my whole gastrointestinal system is on the verge of complete breakdown and going right out. So I have to control myself. But I want to do a diversion. So I go to this. There's like a little thing where you get milk and stuff. So I wanted to, deflect things and have them not look at me. So I just pretend I'm looking, at things, and then the bathroom's right around the corner. So I just duck in, right? But I didn't think about the code. And that's another thing the manager bugs me about. He does it because of the homeless people. I get it. That's understandable. And he said it's always the date. So I tried it and I did it, and it's not working. It's not the date. It's not the date. So I'm really so close to just really exploding. And then I realized I gotta go. And there's one person in front of me, so I'm glad I don't have to stand in line. And I'm thinking, I still think people are like, the spotlight's still on me, and so I figure I'll just buy something, so I just grab some almonds and pay for them, and then just pretty much ask for the code. And I go back, pretty much still trying to keep it under control, hit the thing a couple times, didn't work, and it finally works. And then I got almonds I didn't really want, but I get to go to the bathroom, which is a good exchange. That's a good exchange, I guess. So it's all done, come out, sit down, put my almonds down, and then I'm sitting there, and a homeless guy comes in, and I'm thinking they're going to say to him, only customers only. But they don't. They give the code right away to him, right away. And I'm, after all this, and I wish I had the guts to just go and simply say, I got to go to the bathroom and that. But he just goes straight to it. And after I go through this whole ordeal, and I'm sitting down, and, I think something's really wrong with this whole system, to be honest, because, we're suffering with the codes, we're suffering. And that was really horrible, actually. I don't know if I'll go back to Starbucks. Maybe I'll just go back to. So it's actually not as safe as I thought it would be. Starbucks, Times Square might be a little bit better. I might go back there. But thank you all for listening. Appreciate it.
Where are they gonna find you?
You'll find me. It's Lee.Shorts. These I only wear shorts. I've only worn shorts since I came here. Seriously. Lee.Shorts.585.1234. I'm short with people. I'm short.
And in that order, correct?
Yeah, I'm short with people.
Wearing all the short shorts. Come on, baby. Listen, guys, I just want to make a quick announcement, and I'm not bringing him on yet. I'm waiting for him to come in, but you guys have to sign up for December 8th. It is an exciting evening. We have young adults, and we have adults, and we have an acting class going on. It's the Film Actors Cafe. You can't miss this. And if you guys are watching me from the Film Actors Shop in New York, you know you should be here. And you have to love the skin you're in and have fun while you can as I present the comedy of the one and only Nick Hanrahan.
Time out for a second. Time out. I just got, sorry.
Thank you. All right. Work was, I don't know what I'm talking about. Work is crazy. I don't know. I work from home, so I was just fucking crushing it on the keyboard today. Double screen. My girlfriend's an ER nurse. She's like, oh, I had to deal with so much shit today. I'm like, I sent out so many emails, you have no idea. Yeah, I don't know. That was literally my life. I stayed inside all day. Anyone else work from home? Any other?
All of us.
Yes, we got some recluses here. I stayed inside all day, every day, and for 48 hours. this week, I was inside, and it gets to you. I just realized this year you need to go outside and experience the sun. I don't know. That baffles me. I don't know. Maybe I've been staying inside way too long. Anyways.
What do you do?
I code. I do stuff on the computer, and I make money. I tap away lines into computer programs, and then, I don't know, some stuff happens. I don't really know what I do. It's all a bunch of mumbo jumbo. Let's see. I saw a Coco, you know, those food delivery trucks jaywalking the other day. Right in front of the cops, too. I was like, are you gonna do something about this shit? Like, this is how the robots take over, you know? It starts with low-level crimes, like jaywalking, and then next thing you know, they're robbing old ladies. Next thing you know, there's an emoji for president. That's what's gonna happen. Donald Trump or Kamala? No, it's gonna be the fucking cat with hard eyes emoji. That's who we're electing. All right, I got an Apple Watch recently, and it's been like telling me to take care of my biological necessities. You know, I'm just working there, you know, coding, and then I get a notification. It's like, don't forget to breathe. I'm like,
stand up.
Like, yeah, no shit. I get another notification, drink water. I'm like, yeah, what the fuck? I get another notification while I'm sitting there, and it's like, time to take a stand, time to stand up, get the blood flowing. And I'm like, does it think I'm retarded or something? Like, I'm afraid one day, like, they're gonna, like, those Apple Watches are gonna be able to predict that. Like, I'm just gonna be, like, chilling with my friends, and then say something stupid like, we need a dating app for blind people, and then it's like, you have Asperger's. And I'm like, oh shit, guys, sorry, I have to go. I have to go see the doctor. All right, so I'm skinny as hell, and food is just, it's whatever. I don't know. Every time I go out to dinner or something, I'm like, hey, why do we have to talk about food for 30 minutes? I don't know. Like 30-minute conversations over like, oh, the texture about this, and the restaurant does it in this certain way, and it's just like, give me an Eggo waffle. I don't give a shit. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I realize I'm the odd man out here. Like, food, you know, we eat it 3 times a day. Let's see. Richard Branson he looks like a kinky space general. I don't know. Like, you know what I'm talking about? The space guy. He for sure, like, you know, like the Mile High Club? He's like the Mile Higher Club, whatever that is. He's like for sure fucked in space. Like, I don't know, Brokeback Space Mountain? Like, he's like, I mean, he's not gay, but I mean, that's some wild shit. Let's see. All right, I'm going to talk about... All right, so my mom's a smart woman, which is just an awful combination of things. She's, like, high up the corporate ladder at Apple, and she doesn't tell me what she does. I'm like, hey, what do you work on? She's like, I cannot break my NDA for you, Nick. I'm like, do you even love me? Like, I don't know. Yeah, she was crazy. She's very, like, technically smart. She has the emotional maturity of, like, a 5-year-old, but she's, like, insanely smart. And, like, yeah, she had all our electronics tapped when I was growing up. And, yeah, I'm afraid for her to come visit me now as an adult, because I feel like if she comes to my apartment, she's going to, like, bug my router and start tracking all my shit. And, she's like, I just want to visit you. I'm like, hey, stay away from my wires, Mom. Yeah, she tries to give me dating advice, but she grew up in India, like in a remote village. And who's coming into class? Nobody. It's the closet. Yeah, she grew up in a remote village in India and tries to give me dating advice. So, but like all her advice is like basically from the 1800s. She's like, just go up to a girl, say hi, and ask if she wants to get married. And I'm like, no, Mom. Like, actually, you know what? I tried it once, and she thought I was joking. So maybe it did work. So I don't know. Meanwhile, I asked my brother for dating advice, and he's like, try as hard as you can to be 6'4". Like, if wake up every morning and look at yourself in the mirror and say 6'4", 6'4", 6'4", and manifest it. I don't know. My dad is he's on the dating apps. My parents are separated. I probably should have started with that, but yeah, he is on the dating apps, and it's funny seeing my dad, the older generation. You on the dating apps, sir? No? Is this your wife here? Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, it's funny seeing the older generation, though, like, use that application. Like, I'm just looking at it. He's showing me his chats, and it's just like, hi, good morning, good afternoon, good afternoon. The next day, good morning again. Hi, good morning. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, Dad? What is this? What are you doing? He's like, I don't know, dude. I've never used this piece of technology before. He doesn't need it though. He coaches youth soccer, and yeah, he's risen up all the soccer moms after practice. I see him. It's yeah, the kids are kicking around soccer balls, and they're on his balls. All right, that's it. Thank you guys. Oh, you can find me on Instagram at Nick the Hanrahan, and my website is nickhanrahan.com. I tried to build it. I tried to build a website, and it's broken as fuck. So, all right. Thank you. Here's Sunda Kronquist.
Yes. Great set, man.
I gotta go. I'm sorry.
That's me. Where the hell do you think you're going? Stand here and take a picture with my family. Come here, let me see. Stand there. Just stand there 1 second. I want to make believe they're your family.
Okay.
So that people won't know.
I'll do the
Stand
other
there.
family album.
No, you get in. Get in. You gotta get in.
across them.
Okay.
Yeah, get right. I gotta say, this is so funny, guys.
Okay.
He's in a rush and he just decided. There you go. Now I'm gonna blackmail you. All right. See you soon. See you tonight for dinner. That's what you're seeing. See that? Oh my God, he's such a stealer. Let's give it up for the comedy Chris Wheeler. Let's do this.
Put together for our great host over here. Make a noise. I apologize for being a little bit late. I was stuck on the 405. There was a stalled car. And then my temptation as an Englishman, I went into the world market and picked up some tea. So today I'm really, really grumpy. So until I have my tea, I'll be fine. When I go out and do comedy all over LA, I like to promote British culture, all right? Because no one does. So I'm going to do it, okay? We're known for a few things. Horrible teeth. Bad food. Well, we've got Austin Powers. Put it together for Austin Powers, for God's sakes. Now, you're going to follow along with me today, okay? Because I need some support today. I need more support than a training bra. I need a maternal bra. I did find out, before I go on with this, the largest bra size is the K bra. Have you heard about this? Anyone know? It's the K bra. Some comedian was talking about it. Now, if your girlfriend or wife has K size, let me tell you something. That's a full day expedition. You're going to need ropes, scaffolding, harnesses. You'll be climbing up mountains, coming into valleys. And if you need something to drink, you can just stop and get some milk. I mean, it's very simple. I keep ice in my back pocket just to keep it cold, all right? Okay, so here's the deal. We'll go through a British menu tonight. Please support me here. If you like the food, you can applaud. If you don't like the food, you can scream bloody awful. Can I get a bloody awful from you guys?
Bloody awful!
Not bad. I'll give you an 8 out of 10. We'll start with some delicious foods on the menu tonight. Liver and onions.
Bloody awful.
Can I tempt you with some ketchup? Would that help? No, he said no. This one you may like. Roast lamb, roasted potatoes, and mint sauce.
Hell yes.
We got one on those people. This is not my favorite, but it's a real dessert that comes from England. spotted dick stuffed into a rhubarb pie covered in a white substance called vanilla ice cream prepared by two gentlemen called Ben and Jerry's. Anybody? God's sakes, we got some spotted dicks in the audience.
Oh, bloody hell.
Thank you very much. I like that. Bangers and mash.
Yeah.
This one I won on here. Banger and take her to the International House of Pancakes. After that menu, I probably have to take you to the International House of Pancakes, and I'll pay for it, and I'll put it on my American Express. The only problem is they don't take American Express, so you guys are on your own. I have news for you today. Do you guys want to hear the news?
Yes.
I have a new girlfriend. How about that? Can I get some noise? The other one's gone. She went to Idaho. She left me. She went to take care of her mother. The sister called me 5 days ago to tell me the mother's been dead for 5 years, and my girlfriend's gone to Bangkok. I said, who's the lucky guy? No, you idiot. Bangkok, Thailand. But when I thought about it for a second, I said, you can still go to Bangkok and Bangkok, right? The two could go together. Anyway, the new girlfriend, you know, when things are new, it's exciting, right? Your heart's palpitating, you got sweaty hands, everything's new. We haven't reached the erogenous zones yet, okay? We did go out for coffee. She has rather a strange name. That's the first part of it. She has a strange name. The name is from the Latin word for queen. Regina. That's her name. We have Regina. She says Regina, but I keep saying Regina. And we go to the coffee shop, 2 coffee cappuccinos for Regina. She's furious. Furious. Now, we have moved along a little bit. We're holding hands now. It's slow. But she said, I want to introduce you to my cat. I said, well, I've got to tell you, I prefer dogs. I'm allergic to cats. I have an anaphylactic reaction to cats. She goes, not my cat. It's a black Himalayan. So yesterday we met. I arrived in the house. The Himalayan cat looked at me, and we got along fine. There was no reaction. And I said, what's the name of your cat? Well, I haven't given it a name yet, so I'm just calling it Pussy. So just think about it. I'm not going to get any pussy from her, but I'm lying on her couch and pussy's in my face. There's double pussies on this one. So I'll keep you informed about all that. It's a difficult situation, but you got to manipulate. Things are difficult, right? Relationships are, you know, as I said, marriage is a perfect union between 2 imperfect people, right? So what's the problem? How do you like my shirt? Can I get some response? Is the shirt okay? I got this shirt at Dick's. How many of you like Dick's? The sporting goods store. That's right. You guys' minds are in the gutter. Oh, the fucking sporting goods store. For God's sakes. Look. Culturally, you Americans. Oh, by the way, she did say one thing to me when we were starting our relationship. She said, "I'm a little bit concerned that you're English." And I said, "Why?" Well, you like tea and you like to colonize, and I'm not ready for colonization. Anyway, let's go back to Dick's. You guys in America created, like, I know we get a hard time. England. I just came back from England, by the way. I was there a month in England and Brussels. It was really cool. I met my sisters. I had a great time over there. You know, we get bad things, but we've created good things. Americans, skyscrapers. British, the Queen. Right? America's created drive-through movies and all kinds of beautiful things like Apple computers. England's created bangers and mash, right? But some of the things I never understand. Who the hell came up with Dick's Sporting Goods? And then you put it in a strip mall right here, and next to it you put BJ's. You go from Dick's to BJ's and BJ's to Dick's. As you can see, I'm a strange individual. I've got a very low self-esteem right now. God knows why I'm a comic. I never understood any of this because I have a cloud over me every day. When I go out in public, I don't really think I'm Chris Wheeler. People think I look like 3 celebrities. So if you'll help me tonight, by applause, I'll give you the 3 celebrities. Let me know which one so I can go home tonight feeling better about myself. The first one is Bruce Jenner. Anyone see it? A little bit? Okay, Christopher Reeve in a wheelchair. We'll take Christopher Reeve out of the wheelchair. Is that better? a little bit. Then I have to sell a wheelchair, and it's got a hole in the back and a problem with the tire, but that's okay. And the third one is Bruce Jenner and Christopher Reeve have sex, and William Dafoe comes out. Now we got an important call here. Let him know you got me on stage. So anyway, that's my self-esteem issues. I got self-esteem issues, but I'm working through it. You know, I was just gonna. Can I do a new bit tonight? A new bit? I got a bit of a new bit.
Of course. Go for it.
Damn it. You know, think about it. One word can really change anything in life. You think about it. We're all walking out here. If we go out and we throw a rock at a police car, we go to jail, right? Or I say something really nasty to this lady right here. She's a very beautiful lady. The husband's going to defend her. It's just the way it is. So there was a guy, this is a true story, Home Depot up in Sacramento. A guy goes in. He's eaten way too much curry. We don't know how much, but gallons and gallons of curry. He gets into the restroom. Number 2, we think. It was a one-ply toilet paper, so he's probably in trouble. He goes in there. He's in there for an hour, letting it loose. And there's a guy waiting outside. True story. He comes out, and he says to the guy as he's coming out, "Don't go in there. There's a bomb in there." And they called the cops. The bomb squad came. They emptied Home Depot. The guy went to jail. And the bomb squad guy came in and he goes, "Boy, you really did a job in there. It was curry, but that was a bomb, for God's sakes." So one word can change everything, right? You can go into a Middle Eastern restaurant and you say, "Oh, I love the kebab here. Kebab here's the bomb." And they arrest you for that. So you got to be careful. One word can change everything. Let's see what else I can do. I'm going to do, you know what, I'm going to do an American menu. I've been working on an American accent all night. That's why I look a little tired, okay? I'm not that fresh, of course, because I've got Regina and pussy, but that's another story. I'm up all night. But let me just tell you something. I'm going to do an American voice. If you like the food in this one, you just go, "Great, applaud." If you don't, it goes, "It sucks." Can I get "It sucks"? It sucks. Okay, very good. Here we go. In-N-Out, double with cheese, fries, and a Coke.
Yeah.
Finally can feed you guys tonight. Dodger dog, 9-inch wiener, relish, and mustard. And I can change it to a 10-inch wiener if you want. I'm not offering 11-inch. Double Whopper with cheese, hold the mayonnaise, wash your hands with antibacterial soap, and toast my buns.
I'll pass.
Roast beef sandwich with dildo pickles and a fruit salad. Now, you can go to Ralph's tonight and ask for dildo pickles. They will help you. They'll try to help you. They'll probably say it's dill, but I put dildo in there, and and people said keep it in there, so I kept the dildo in. You know, I kept it in. Let me see if I can do anything more. I've got a few seconds, I think. Yeah, I'm going to give you one. Look, this is a school here. You see this? School. She's the teacher. I've been put into the corner a couple of times because of my behavior. I was going to wear my schoolboy shorts tonight, but that was taken away from me. But this is an educational facility for everybody. So the one thing I'm going to teach you tonight is about sperm. I have sperm. Probably all the men in here have sperm as hope. A man ejaculates between 80 and 300 million sperm in one thing. Did anyone know that? You didn't know that? Okay. So when you arrive on this planet, you have to outswim 300 million sperm, which is a complete amazing thing. So people ask me, how did I do it? I swam backstroke. So that's it tonight. That's all I'm going to have for you tonight. Thanks for listening to my rams. My name is Chris Wheeler. I'm on Instagram, Chris Wheeler Voice, and put it together for the beautiful host. I'm going back to school this week.
Are you performing somewhere?
Yeah, I'm performing on the 8th in Victorville. I just performed last week in Victorville, and I'm looking for places to perform. All right.
There you go. Wow! How's that for a night? A night. I have to bring up this gentleman because not only is he going to be writing our show, Linda, because we can't. We have to take a nap. But he's going to... Did you know this is my sister? Did I introduce you? No. That's my sister. And she loved George McCartney. Not George McCartney. George Harrison.
She was a George Harrison, not a Paul McCartney.
No. Well, Paul McCartney's my other daughter. I mean, no, she's not my daughter. I mean, I'm all confused now. Man, that's it. No more kombucha. Because that's got to be it. I can't blame the pot. I want to say that, really, I'm going to just reiterate before I bring up this gentleman that if you guys are signing up for this class, you better do it right away. And just enjoy the funny right now. And we'll talk about the teaching. That's on December 8th. Your headliner for tonight, the one and only Aaron McIntyre. Let me hear you.
Are you okay? Yeah. Are you okay? You're fine. Back there. You good? Not really. Not really. No, you're not. Not really. Because this is a safe space. I just want to make sure that you all know this is a safe space. Because I don't want anybody to, get upset by anything. Yeah, my name is Aaron. It's not Aaron, and it's not Aaron. It's Aaron. So it's not E-R-I-N, because that, any E-R-I-N's in here? Yeah, because that's the gay way to spell it. And please don't call me Aaron, because it's not Aaron, okay? Besides, Aaron should be Aaron, because of Aardvark. And also, you got it? Did you get it? All right, good. And also, Aaron is anonymous. So, speaking of AA, I'm in recovery. So, thank you. Thank you. I haven't had a drink in about 22 and a half hours, and so I'm going to an AA meeting right after this. And you know how they give out those little chips every time you hit a birthday? I'm going to get my 24-hour chip, and I've got 7,485 of them, and as soon as I hit 10,000, I'm stopping. Okay? That's my goal. What else was I going to talk about tonight? During the pandemic, I took care of my mom. I went out. The pandemic was great for me because I didn't have to work, so I could work remotely. So I went out to Colorado to take care of my mom, and apparently I didn't do a very good job because she died. But she wanted to go. She was ready. She was 98. She'd go to the doctor. They'd say, oh, my God. She was like on no medication. 98 years old, no medication. She would go to the doctor, and they'd be like, oh, my God, I mean, your body, you could go to 105. And she'd go, please don't say that to me. She would come out in the mornings, to get her toast with lots of butter. She liked lots of butter. And she'd come out, she'd just sit there and she'd go, God, why doesn't somebody just take me out back and shoot me? So, yeah, she was ready to go. And also, the other thing that kind of told me is that every day for hours and hours, I mean, this is not a joke. All day, she would just lay there and go, goodbye! 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 She would just, and so I think that it was like she was trying to get the Holy Ghost to come down to saying the last thing to get her off. It was fun. It was really more like a fun house, with a scary clown, just going, get me some toast with lots of butter. But when I was growing up, she was great. I used to do this thing. I don't know. Has anybody seen Mannix? You guys remember Mannix, the show Mannix, right? You remember that? Yeah, it was a good show. So you remember in the very beginning, the music's playing, and he's running around corners and stuff. And then he did this really cool move where he'd run up and he'd put his hand over the railing and he'd jump over the railing, right? That was the coolest thing I'd ever seen in my life. So I started doing it on our couch. I'd run along the couch and I'd put my hand on the back of the couch and I'd jump over it. And my mom caught me one time. She's like, don't do that. Stop doing that. So I'd say, okay. So one day she was way back in the back of the house and she's vacuuming. I can hear her vacuuming. So there's the noise of that. So she's not going to hear me, right? And she's way back in the back of the house, so she's not going to see me. So I took my opportunity, jumped up on the couch, ran, caught my foot on the back of the couch, fell, boom, and knocked myself out. Completely knocked myself out. It's the first time I've ever been unconscious. And I woke up to the sound of a vacuum, and my mother is standing over me with a vacuum going, I told you not to jump on that fucking couch. She didn't care. She didn't get a lot of love. She didn't get a lot of affection. You know, she always used to say, you know, I don't like babies. I like them when they're like 4 to 8. And it was that area where she could control them, but they could talk, and she could do things, and she could order them around. So that was kind of the idea. And then once you hit 8, you know, you start going, I don't want to do that. And babies are useless. They just sit there. You know, they just sit there and poop and pee. You know, I have been thinking a lot about reproductive rights. I'm a big advocate of this whole thing that's coming up with the reproductive rights. It's a big deal. So I was thinking of a way that we could solve that problem. And the way that we solve that problem is that, you know, women, you are reproducing. So you're producing something, right? When you're pregnant, you're producing something. You're producing a human being, right? And you do need the sperm, you know, so you got to have that. So, you know, you either have a husband or like a petri dish or a turkey baster or something like that. And so what you could do is if you incorporate, because you're basically a baby factory, you know, you're like a Volkswagen, just like Volkswagen, you know, pumping them out, boom, boom, boom. So what you want to do is you want to incorporate, because if you incorporate, then they can't sue you, you know, because it's just the two of you that can sue the corporation, but, you know, nothing else. So the other good thing about it is that you can stop production anytime you want. You know, I mean, the Volkswagen factory, if the thing comes out and they get, you know, they're not selling the thing, they could just say, let's stop production. So it's basically the same thing, right? Because, you know, women, you guys, you people are so incredible. You can give birth. You carry a child for 9 months. And it's a lot of work, on the back and all of that kind of stuff, right? Men, what is it? Boom, you're done. Thanks a lot. Okay, wait till the kid comes out, and then I'll take over from there, you know? And then we don't take over. You know why? Because we don't know what the fuck we're doing. We have no idea how to raise a child, so we need your absolute love and support, and so that we can go get Pampers and stuff like that. But you get with your husband or petri dish or turkey baster, and you just incorporate, and you got it all covered. I did want to talk a little bit. How many people here know about the Teletubbies? Anybody? Teletubbies? Teletubbies, huh? Well, you know, there was a big thing. There was a big scandal because they said that the Teletubbies were, you know, they were grooming children in that show. And I don't think that that's true. How many people in here have read Jean-Paul Sartre? Yeah? Yeah? No Exit? Did you ever read No Exit? Okay, so there's a play called No Exit that he wrote, and it's basically 3 people that go into a room. They just like come to in this room. And there's a guy who comes in and he doesn't blink, and it's all really weird. But anyway, turns out that one of them is a gay woman, another one is a straight woman, and another one is a straight man. Well, the straight man falls in love with a gay woman. The gay woman falls in love with the woman, and the woman can't get with a guy because he's in love with a gay woman. So it's basically this triangle of people who can never get together. And we find out... Spoiler alert, you find out at the end of the whole thing that it's hell. And the last line is, hell is other people. That's what Teletubbies was all about. Because you got Tinky Winky, right? The big purple one. Walks around with a purse. And Tinky Winky fucking rhymes with gay. You know what I'm saying? I mean... And then you've got Lala, LL. She's yellow. You know, it's a she. But sometimes she wears a skirt, so she's a lipstick lesbian. So she's the lipstick lesbian. You got Tinky Winky, the gay guy. And then, of course, the little short red guy is the cis male, right? Because he's always running around going, he's like really So I think that's what it was. It was like, you know, he was in love with Lala. Lala didn't have anybody, and Tinky Winky wanted, you know, but it all didn't work. So I think that that's basically what it was. But the difference is they weren't saying that hell was other people. They were saying we can all live along together, you know. We can all live together because they never fought. The Teletubbies never fought. They loved each other. Even though they were incredibly sexually frustrated, all of them, they had nowhere to take that out except for maybe that vacuum cleaner that they had, you know, the new, maybe that was the thing, you know, because it was the only appliance they had was the vacuum cleaner. And I always wondered what they did when the camera came off. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, please come to this place, LA School of Comedy, on December 8th. We're going to start at 4:30 in the afternoon, but we're going to be starting then with young adults. So the young adults, to me, is anyone 10 to 17. Because I want to make sure that these kids are really serious about this. I don't want them to come in and we play theater games, because I'm serious. You can tell. And then at 7 o'clock, we're going to have adults. So December 8th, 7 o'clock for everybody in this room. And if you know any kids who are 10 to 17 and want to take some acting classes, have them come. I've been teaching for 35 years. I know. It doesn't seem like it because I look so young. But I have been. And one thing that I like most in the world, I love acting, love directing, love producing, but the top is teaching. I love to teach. So hope you guys will show up. Go to filmactorscafe.com. That's filmactorscafe.com. And you'll get a little notification and you can sign up there. Or you can email me at Aaron, AERON, at OOLLIE.com. And let me know that way, and I'll put you on the list. And I think that's it. Let's give it up for Sunda.
Oh my God, all these letters and numbers. I'm trying to hold it together. And I just wanted to thank all of you for coming up. We had a special guest that stopped by tonight. And some of you may recognize him and some of you may not. But just give it up for a few minutes for America's sweetheart, the one and only Mark Safran.
I've just been informed no political stuff, so it's time. So it's time for an education.
Please, I want.
So, contrary to what Aaron said, this is not a safe place. Not when I'm around. The second thing is he managed to bring up Jean-Paul Sartre, the father of woke. But he made a big mistake. Sartre was the father of, it's colonialism, feudalism, all this shit you hear today. This isn't political. But one thing that he didn't tell you, as he was telling you about No Exit, was his autobiographical. Because his partner of God knows how many years, Simone de Beauvoir, was a bit of a whore. Oh. All right? So Sartre, what?
I did her.
I've heard of it. I wouldn't be surprised. So they lived in an open relationship, and there was the other man. So Sartre was really talking about his own life being hell, which means everything else he said about colonialism, North Korean feudalism, all that other crap was bullshit. Because he couldn't even acknowledge his own bad life. Think about that. Now, I don't want to get too far into Aaron, but his mother shoot me. How do we know he didn't shoot her? You never heard that, right? Yeah. I wasn't allowed to be political, but I wasn't going to come out in a garbage bag. I hear a lot of people are running around in garbage bags for Halloween. It's the new meme. But it's a funny world we live in. All right. Sartre was a Hegelian. You know what Hegelian was? A German, shall we say, the father of German fascism. So it's amazing how close fascism and progressivism really are. And the other father of fascism was the successor of Hegel, a gentleman by the name of Teddy Roosevelt. What was her name? Margaret Sanger. All stone cold racists, stone cold white supremacists. Planned Parenthood was founded to sterilize black women. Little known fact. Roosevelt and Sanger and what was the other one? They were knee deep, all of them. They were all like Sartre too, except for Roosevelt. He was you know, a little straight. All right, he had like 11. You know, they all lived these wonderful bohemian lives, but then they sat down, they scribbled crap. But Mussolini took most of his ideas for fascism from the American progressive movement. You know, people like Ida Tarbell. Anybody remember Ida Tarbell? And who wrote Aerosmith? You're into, you know, that whole crew. You know, that's Sinclair Lewis. All of them. They are the root of the problems we have today in America. And the king of them all later on was Woodrow Wilson. He was a bad guy. So here's my last story. The world ended as we know it in 1919 with a bunch of stupid white people sitting around large tables in Versailles Palace deciding how they were going to split up the world. Of course, a good portion of it, let's go look at all the problems that were created today. Most of Africa, because they decided they were going to normalize their colonialism. Israel, because they decided to give, you know, what was ours to somebody else, you know, but they called it a mandate. You know, they had a lot of these things going on. But one group got left out. Ho Chi Minh was wandering around Paris working as a waiter in the hotel, one of the hotels, begging to see Woodrow Wilson. So when Woodrow Wilson published the 5 freedoms or the 14 points or whatever he called it and called for national determination, that was only for white people. So the root of almost every problem we've had today, including the election of Joe Biden, can be found in the Versailles Conference in 1919. And on that note, I can give you all a reading list, you know, so you can prick most of your conceptions that have been created by the media. And just on one other point, that point of choice, how are you going to know that a woman can give birth when we have candidates for judicial positions in America who can't even no longer define what a woman was or is? Now, I know what a woman was, all right? I've touched enough of them in my time. I know where the differences are, but how do I do that today? Now it's a definitional issue. You know, so is it a woman that can give birth? Are we now birthing people? Language is the most, as was very aptly pointed out in 1984 by George Orwell, language is the first thing you do to take over the world. Thank you. And you can't find me on social media, because if I got on anything, including Truth Social, I'd be dead.
Think so? Listen, what can I do here? I've got a star in the making, and I just want to see if she'll come up and do a few minutes here and say hello. And see if you can come up here, Linda. What do you think? Not tonight?
Tired. That's it.
Okay.
She's had it.
She's had it. Can I tell you something? I know, you can tell.
Did you drive? Yeah. Didn't you sit in the back seat and sleep?
Yeah.
So how are you tired?
She's tired, Mark. Stop it. Not everyone's as wonderful as you. By the way,
I'm not a night person.
I wanted to say thank you, Johnny, for running the production over here. It's Johnny B that did that. And if people tell you you're funny, you really probably are, but you're going to need a lot of stuff like marketing. So I just wanted to say thank you for coming out, DeAndre. Where are you? I can't see DeAndre Evans. And I hope that we can really make this happen, because it's happening right now. And I want to thank my family for coming out. Thanks, fam. What about you, niece? You have nothing to say? You're a graduate now? You're not going to say anything? Come up. All right. He's got it. He's got it. No one's looking at your phone, Mark.
He's gonna do a
Watch
tight
your step.
10.
Okay. We have an election coming up. And you have a choice. You have a choice between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. Donald Trump is who he is. He is a liar. He's a cheat. He grapples women. I mean, how much more do you need to see he's not a good person? And when you have a major election of a nation such as ours, you don't elect the worst human being as your president. Thank you.
I wanted to ask you something, though, because you're a doctor. I just have a quick question. How do women, not women, but how do people ask you questions? I have a segment called On the Couch, right? So how do you go for these questions? How do your patients ask you the most difficult questions? And how do you deal with it? Do you just say, how do you do that? Like gassing women, for example, as they get older. It's a big thing. What advice do you give? You still have that straight face? I love that you have a straight face without laughing. How do you do it? How do you not crack up right then?
Because it's habit.
It's habit of just keeping a straight face. Poker face?
Learn when to react and when not to react.
Wow.
Sometimes with some patients, I react. It's almost like we're friends. Other patients, you just go in, hi, how are you doing? Everything's fine, and they leave. Some patients you like to see, other patients you hate to see.
Oh, now that's the kind of stuff we want to hear up here, man, from the doctor. We want to hear the truth. It's like when you have stewardesses who tell stories about how they drop your food and give it to you in first class anyway. Okay, Mark.
I treat them nicely.
When were you a stewardess? I just have to know.
You can't treat them like waitresses. They're flight attendants.
Mark,
That's
we're
the
talking.
measure of safety in the
Right,
air.
because you can't hear.
I heard you.
You did not hear me. He can't hear. And he keeps saying, I mumble. I mumble. Nick Hanrahan, can you hear me? Do I mumble? No. When they say that the wife mumbles, it means they're losing their hearing.
Your mother mumbled too.
Because it's always, she was talking. Okay? She knew no, she wasn't, Mark. She was, everyone's talking, Mark. Everyone. Once we were at dinner, you'll enjoy this, a Shabbat dinner. And Mark says at the table, nobody lets me get a word in.
That was 20 years.
And the woman looks at him and says, you're the only one talking. And you know what? Thank God he was there to talk. Right?
No.
Because nobody else was talking.
Because nobody else was talking.
They were too busy eating.
Yes, so we've done this all. And thank you to my family and congratulations to my niece, Dr. Wasser. Another Dr. Wasser's coming, huh?
No, not Dr. Master.
Master.
No more doctor.
No more doctor. All
More
right.
school.
No more school.
I'm done.
You done? We're also done, but this school is not done, and we have so much to do and so much more to do. And we now have a nonprofit portion of this funny place for kids that we'll talk about later. And now that we have a whole new degree of marketing taking over, I just can't wait to see what the lovely and talented Mr. Evans is going to do here. Because you didn't even realize what it's like. Can you just introduce yourself or no? You can't do that?
I can introduce.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Marketing. Just two minutes. My sister's schwitzing. Come up here. 2 minutes, okay? And you're wearing red. She's wearing red.
Oh man, okay, it's a lot different up here. Hello everyone, my name is DeAndre Evans. I am marketing. I'm a marketing consultant, a marketing strategist for small businesses, and it's a pleasure to be here and help people out. That's my calling, and being a man of service. And we met actually yesterday. I was walking, going to the mall, and and she was, poor lady, was struggling with the sign, the sign outside. And at first, I was just gonna walk by, but then, I have a soft spot for women struggling. So I asked her if she needed some help, and she was like, "Yes, I know." And I was like, "Oh my God, okay." I was not expecting so much animation. So she's asking me how to help with the sign, and she has some tape and scissors, and so I was like, "Oh, we can just, use some string or just tape it." And so that's what we ended up doing. But and the sign is still there, right? I thought you would have taken it, put it back in, and taken it back out. But when I walked by, it was still there in the same spot. So I was.
Me and my sister don't go far.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's how we met, and that's how we got connected. I told her I was into marketing, and she was like, "Oh my God, I need you." And I was like, "Oh, well, thank God I'm here then." So maybe divine intervention. I don't know. We'll see what the future holds. But so far I'm happy to be here, and and I got to meet the family on day 2. So so I guess I'm locked in. So it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure being here. Thank you all. And how can you find me? I have too many social medias. So I'm on every social media you can think of, because obviously I do marketing. But Instagram, my Instagram is from Dre, DRE with love. That's my personal Instagram. My business Instagram is thejaspermarketing.co. That's also the website that you can find. And I'm on LinkedIn as well, DeAndre Jasper Evans. That's my whole government. Don't steal my identity. Thank you.
Oh, we gotta do so much. We have to do so much. Poor Johnny's got to get ready. We got to get Johnny ready for the red carpet. We got to teach him how you hold 3 cameras up on his head. And if you guys are watching, please follow Sheila D. Yeah, also. This is a sister who's really doing wonderful things. She gets 200 to 300 views with her clothes on. That's amazing. Here's my final joke I'm working on. It's not a joke, it's serious, because white women have been taking things from black women for a long time. First, they took our big lips. Then they took our big asses. Now they're taking our white men. What should we do?
Fight back!
Fight back, says Johnny Brawl. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.